The pasuk says in Tehillim, Kufiyutes, Kol Tfisecha Emuna. So on one level, they means that without Emunah, a person doesn't do a mitzvah. Why should a person spend a whole bunch of money to buy a esrog if he doesn't believe? So we do the mitzvahs because we have Emunah. This is like it says in the Mishnah in Maseches Brachos, first you mekabel al malchus shamayim, the first parsha, then you mekabel al mitzvahs, the second parsha. The Emunah brings to the mitzvahs. There's another way. If a person has focus in Emunah, he should do a mitzvah. The mitzvah is mesugo to machadiki Emunah. The mitzvah itself is Emunah. This is like by the tefillin that first you put on the tefillah shavyad, the meir, and then you put on the
Rabbi Yisroel.
Yes, sir.
I'll just tell you a marshal I heard, I believe, once from Rabbi Lifshitz. Normally, how do you get a car going? You turn the key and it goes. But sometimes it's stuck, the battery's dead. So what do? You start pushing the car down a hill, and then it clicks in and the key works. So it's zeh lumazeh.
Okay, I don't know much about cars. Okay, so there's two ways. The mitzvah brings to Emunah brings to mitzvah. Now, Rab Chaim says...
can I say a word over from...
Go ahead, keep on going. You're entitled, it's your machine, you're entitled to say whatever you want.
A word from Chaviri Yedidi that left Breslov, Rab Sar Shalom Agoin HaTzadik, Rab Sar Shalom Marzel, who, when he left Breslov, he changed the saying around. The famous saying is, Mitzvah Gedola Lios B'Simcha Tamid. So he changed it. Simcha Gedola Liot B'Mitzvah Tamid.
Okay, you had a little Kodesh, because the truth is that when I brought the pasuk Kol Mitzvah Emunah, I was thinking about Sefer Kutim Ran Siman Hey, where Rebbe brings that pasuk and he talks about Simcha. He says that the person has a Knimi Shebelev, so he can't have Simcha when he does the mitzvahs. And by straightening out the leaves, getting a leaves yosher, then you can have simcha, and then you can do the mitzvahs properly. Ein sham.
And the eighth, of course, Rabbeinu tells us in Torah Hey, is doing everything but kol ram, but saka, but kol ram, kiyadua.
Okay, kiyadua, Yishmael likes to scream. Okay, as a tana, the Messiah, nason. In any case, Reb Chaim says that if a koifer does a mitzvah, it's not counted. But Pi Chasidus, I don't think that's true. Any Jew does a mitzvah. The mitzvah itself is Emunah. Okay, that's one thing. Another thing I want to talk about is Reb Nason, that I was talking with Yeshua Meir, that in the Kochvior, there's the Avraham of Nachman brings the Ksav Yad, from Reb Nason, that he wrote the yortzites of 7 of his Talmidim who died young. To be Reb Nason said Kaddish from the yortzeit. How could it be? Reb Nason, he didn't have that many inner Talmidim. The Garinak Pesher, I don't know how many he had exactly. 7 of them died young. So it's not such a wonder. We know Reb Nason, he went to the mikveh every night before Chatzos, and then he went to the mikveh before Vasikin. And it's Poshet HaSakon in such a winter that you have in the Ukraine to go to the cold mikveh twice in one night. It's not much Sakon, it's the Poshet. Now the question is, why did Reb Nason do this? Why did Reb Nason, it seems he himself and his followers did avodas koshes ma'od ma'od. Why did they do this? So maybe the Rebbe told them to do it, and it has to do with that the Rebbe knew a Holocaust was coming, and it was a question. This also has to do with Siman Hey. We talked on other occasions. Yes, Siman Hey, the Rebbe is talking about the Israeli Gzar Din. The key to the idea was that because a tremendous horrendous calamity is coming. So it's a time to do these avodas koshes in an attempt to at least save There should be a saving remnant to make them Tokas Adinim. And it seems that this was what Nason was doing, and this is one way of understanding the Machloikis, that the Misnagdim was saying that Nason is killing people with the way he's telling them what to do, and we know that the Midim of Shmuel Isaac were doing even more extreme. This was the Machloikis that the other tzaddikim said that Olam Kiminagi Nayi. We have to do more or less what we've been doing until now. What is this? All of a sudden, we have to do these strange things. But Nason was saying, no, the world is changing, and Adayam was there. It could be it's a job of Breslov to take cognizance of the fact that the Gula is coming, and somebody can do it. Certainly, so it doesn't apply to me, but maybe a little bit. We all have to be aware that more is expected of us. More is expected. That's Chassidus Breslov. That mamish Mesiras Nefesh. Okay. Now another thing I want to talk about is that is part of a person that says, I want to figure it out by myself. I know what's good. I can figure it out. Why is Hashem insisting, Amunah, mitzvahs, Torah? It's so complicated. The Torah is so complicated. What do you need it for? I can figure it out by myself. And if it's a question of the tzibur, okay, we can make takonas hakehilos, whatever is necessary. Now, this problem goes back to Yashka and to Shafsutzi, to the Reform and Conservative movements, and to Zionism. Zionism also. We can do it by ourselves, and there's nothing wrong with using the Turkish law, the English law, as long as it's an order, Akol B'Seder. What does Hashem want from us? So, the reaction of the Shlomi and yisroel is, wait a minute, we have to lock each individual in a cage of halacha and make them swallow the key, they won't get out. This is the Mishnah. Today this is Dirshu, this is Rav Yitzchak Yosef, halachas, galore. But I think Weston has a different solution to this problem. The Rebbe talks about his brightness, shows brightness, and he bases it on a Mishnah in Pirkei Avos, where it says, now according to the Pshat, Mishnah is saying, he's back to that, this was the final people of Atala. He says, I can figure it out by myself. His Nizalva, he doesn't have to Nishabah himself to open up the Sefer. Like the Tana says in the first page, right, he's he's Mavat Torah, and he's doing his own thing. He's Mischai Ben Asher, that's the Pshat, but every turns around totally, and he says it's a good thing. What's the Pshat? Exactly, but I'm saying there is room. Okay, we'll give you a short by this. Think it out by yourself. Try to understand yourself. Try to understand the world. The Rebbe says you have to talk to Hashem. Of course, yes, you're talking to Hashem, but as your good friend. Not Hashem, nason, Hashem, your friend, who's helping you to understand. So it comes out, according to this interpretation, that the Tikkun HaKlali, the Tikkun Chatzos, Ezkura Naginosi Ba'aloila, Chafes Ruchi, right? That you're looking for your own ruch, you're trying to understand. It all goes together. It's all one thing. The Tikkun HaKlali, the Tikkun Chatzos, the Shores Boydus, the everything. Adarabba, it's moded. Kaver, it's moded. Try to figure it out. Then, the Kabbalist all Torah and all mitzvahs is easy because Sachakol, what is the minimum that is being asked by each individual? Each individual has to learn the Ksei Shachoshin, has to learn the Encyclopedia Talmudis, all the complicated features. No, it's very simple. What is being asked? Not so much. If a person is allowed to live his own inner life, then the Torah mitzvahs is easy. It's when you deny him and you don't let him think what his own thoughts that he rebels. Oh, so Rabbi Shubin Kocha says in the Mishnah in Dochas, the first you say Shema, Kabbalah Tomach Shema. Then you say V'yam Shemoah, it's Kabbalah Tom Mitzvahs. So this seems to be subversive. What? We know from the Sefer Chinuch that there's sheish mitzvahs to mediate. We have to believe in Hashem every moment. We have to think about these mitzvahs. The Chayalim brings it, the Mishnah brings it the first page. So, what's the need? In the morning and the evening, you have to have Kabbalah or mitzvahs, Kabbalah or Shemayim, the whole time you have to have it. Oh, so those who say that Pishma is the Abanam, you can say Pshat, because they're saying, no, Midirai say Nechanami the whole time. And the mitzvah Vishinantam Vinecha is that you learn Torah the whole time, or like Yisrael says, you say some parasha, any parasha in the Torah. The Abanam says, Kabbalah or Shemayim. Kabbalah no mitzvahs, but ain't Nechanami. The Torah is not mechayiv you in that because he's mechayiv anyways the whole time. Like the people say that the Shavuos is Kabbalah for Torah. Shavuos is Kabbalah for Torah. Kabbalah for Torah was Meir 24:48, not Meir 57:76. Elawat. Why the minute you put the flowers in the shul, so in the minute, yes, it's Kilu Kabbalah for Torah, Kilu. So the var. There's always Kabbalah to Shemayim every second. Okay. They said, that's well maybe understanding the Shukkas and Sekish Medabarim, but it's a Krishna Deraisa. According to the interpretation that we gave, that maybe this is what the Rebbe means. It's also understood, no. Because by Krishna we say you can't repeat the word, Kavusa Klap Ishmaya, but the Rebbe says, you're talking to your friend. How does it fit together? That's all in it. Yes, but Hashem is your friend. So when you come to Kabbalah Somach Shemayim, Kabbalah Shemayim is just saying, no, Hashem is not your friend. Hashem is mitzvah you. Certain times of the day when you have to have the Kabbalah soul. You have to live the Kabbalah soul, but not permanently. Okay, so it comes out that the two inyanim that just spoke are connected. In other words, the outer circle of Vestiv, according to this, is allowing the person freedom. Be a man, think what you want to think. Do your show's practice. And when it comes to time, there's a mitzvah and learn the Torah. The inner circle is that people, is the Garina Kasher, is the other way. That the person is so much into the Kabbalah from Shemayim and Kabbalah Sol Mitzvah and Kabbalah Sol Torah and Kabbalah Sol Mashiach. He's so much into it that he's Ma'aseh Nefesh Adastov. Shiava Mashiach came the heavy. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Thank you very much, Rabbi Schneider.